Legend of Total War here, and today we're doing a Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires campaign review, this time covering Kairos Fateweaver. Now, Kairos has potentially one of the most challenging campaigns in Immortal Empires. However, the faction has such a high skill ceiling that if you're experienced with Kairos, you can definitely overcome these challenges quite easily. But if you've never played Kairos before, be prepared for a bit of a shell shock with this campaign. A lot of stuff can go wrong very early on. So this is one that, if you've never played Tzeentch before, I'd probably recommend starting it on normal difficulty and just getting a feel for it, because it's such a goofy faction with so many weird things that are going on with it, and essentially cheat codes. But if you're fairly experienced with Tzeentch and you're looking for a challenge, you can definitely find one here on very hard and legendary difficulty. So some of the challenges that you're going to face here is very early on, Teclis is going to wipe out Sarthrael's Watchers. It is possible to save them. I don't know if it's worth saving them. You save them by transferring these settlements between them, so that takes longer for Teclis to wipe them out. And then very early on, Oxyotl will run through here, basically just steamroll everything with no resistance whatsoever. I mean, they'll try, but he just kills them with no effort, giving him loads of experience, popping out here with 2 full stacks, sometimes with a Rite of Primeval Glory army, which is an absolute nightmare to deal with Tzeentch early game armies. You kind of need Chaos Warriors to deal with that, and they take a little while to get. So the game does throw a lot of challenge at you, but you've got the tools needed to deal with it. You've got the changing of the ways. Halt factions is insanely powerful. Reveal shrouds so you can see when they're coming. You got transfer settlements to goof them around, get yourself some free settlements, or give them to settlements. Gives enemy settlements to people that you kind of like or just don't hate, just goofing them around. It's a very, like I said, a very goofy faction. You got the unholy manifestations here, which some of them are kind of crap, like mutagenic energies. The main purpose of that one there is not to provide attrition, but to stop your enemy from replenishing for a turn. That's the main purpose of it. It's just a bit of a weird one. And this one over here, for example, the way to work with this one is you put a single lord on the corner of a region right before you capture it. You pop that unholy manifestation down, and when you've captured the settlement, it still keeps the manifestation going, so you get the grimoires without it really costing anything, without risking anything either. So lots of goofy stuff going around. Like, for example, Kairos as well, using a combination of Blue Fires of Tzeentch, Life Leeching, and Arcane Surge, you can essentially have him cast unlimited winds of magic throughout any battle. So very, very goofy faction here, and it just depends on whether or not you enjoy playing that way. So in terms of recommending this campaign, firstly, you've got to decide whether or not you're down to play a faction like this. This is not a campaign for everyone. So in terms of whether or not you are down for a cheesy campaign, I would probably lean people more towards Skaven factions. I feel like they've got a lot more going for them. I just feel like Tzeentch is missing some stuff at the moment. They are quite heavy on the campaign side of things, but something just feels off with them at the moment, at least when I play them. Like, I don't enjoy them as much as I should, because you'd think I'd absolutely love a cheesy faction like this, but I get bored very early on with the Tzeentch campaign. Maybe it's because I abuse it too much, I'm not entirely sure. So this is a campaign that I don't full-heartedly recommend, but if you're very experienced with the game and you're looking for something really goofy, then yeah, I'd recommend giving it a go. But if you're new to this game, steer clear from Tzeentch. This is a very confusing faction to use in a very difficult location. Get some more experience playing other factions first before you give these guys a go, because yeah, this can be a very frustrating faction to play if you're not careful. One of the big problems with them as well is extremely low replenishment rates. That can be very frustrating, giving you an incentive not to use your army and just use your lord so you don't take damage. So there's lots of goofy things that I don't think is balanced correctly just yet in order to be enjoyable to a wider audience. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and let me know what legendary lord you'd like me to cover next. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.